Coffee is for leaders.
Growing that because that's working really well. And then kind of shifting what's not working. So, it's always kind of bobbing and weaving through tough times that are just going on, internationally. You can't really avoid. It's part of business. And figuring out how we can still be successful in other areas that aren't seeing such a steep decline, and really evaluating who our talent are and who our clients are and how we can make a meaningful impact and still continue to scale.
Sarah, thank you so much for coming on the show. You're the CEO of the Digital Department. Tell us what that is, how you became CEO, and your journey leading up here.
Yeah, we became the Digital Department 2 years ago. Taking you back, it was through multiple acquisitions. I started my career in fashion PR. I did that for about 9 years. Then started my own business called Simply, which is a fashion and beauty conference. As I started building that company, I started managing celebrities in the digital space. A lot of the contacts I had from my PR days that were interested in this new thing called Instagram and how to monetize it. This is going back when Instagram first started. So started building that roster of celebrity talent, my conferencing business, and that business got acquired by a company called Socialite. I then became the president of, and about a year later, we were acquired by Dolphin Entertainment. CEO Bill O'Dowd. You can look at a past episode to learn more about him. So once we were under the Dolphin Entertainment umbrella, we then merged with another company called Be Social that was also acquired by Dolphin. And the two companies came together and we became the Digital Department. September will be our 2-year anniversary. So essentially what we do is all things influencer marketing. We have a talent management division where we manage about 300 influencers, all of their brand deals. We have a brand division where we do it on the brand side. We can cast influencers and put their strategy together. And then our third division is event and experiential. So we can produce any sort of event, small to large, corporate events to, a 15-person rooftop dinner, and everything in between, the PR mailers, anything experiential and event focused. So kind of a one-stop shop for anything influencer.
So you have these skills and this expertise and, you're world-class at it. But everyone kind of needs to know how to do this stuff right now, particularly like CEOs in our audience. Like, how do you talk about yourself in public? How do you promote yourself in public that's authentic and doesn't feel like it was written by ChatGPT and, things of that nature. So if you wouldn't mind, give us a sense for the advice you give influencers and CEOs and people who do already have some sort of audience and how to do it authentically and why they should do it in the first place, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays, everyone in business should have some sort of social presence. And it doesn't mean that you're selling a product or, if there's an end goal, there, you just have to have some sort of presence because everyone's going to just look you up on whether it's LinkedIn or Instagram, being thoughtful and curated with that content. So they also want to know who you are as a person. I share a lot about my family and what I'm doing in my everyday life. I mean, it's kind of boring when I'm sitting on a Zoom all day. So I'm not sharing that much in terms of my business, but then I'll share, my thoughts on the influencer landscape or press that I've done, things like that, but really give people a peek into my personal life. That's not for everyone. LinkedIn is a great place, obviously, for CEOs. I try to be consistent with my content there and provide value for other people in business and using that as a tool to generate business opportunities. But really where a lot of our content lives is the Digital Department's handle. So we're doing lots of different sort of content there, whether it's talking about our talent, talking about tips and tricks in the industry, how to grow as a creator, what brands are spending in the space and on what types of creators. So we give a lot of valuable tips there. And then I'll repost some of them for my personal channels. But I think as a CEO of a product or service, really having the meat of that content live on your brand profile, and then you can kind of reshare that content as well. But always providing value, right? And being authentic, providing value to anyone following you. That's how you're going to build your following and create virality and shares. How can something be of value to someone else that's watching?
So, what type of influencers do you work with, and how do you pair them with the right opportunities?
Yeah, we have about 300 on our roster. I would say 20% are more in that celebrity tier, whether it's reality TV, musicians, actors, actresses, professional dancers. We have about another 20% it's a new acquisition we made. It's skincare and dermatologists, which
Interesting.
surprising, but they do extremely well. They have that expertise, and a lot of brands love working with them. And then the rest are like traditional content creators, fashion, beauty, lifestyle, with some foodie creators. And for us, we look at it as a team, right? So the talent typically get inbound opportunities of brands wanting to work with them. So we help negotiate the best opportunity for our talent, but also, the brand's happy and wants to continue working with them, make it a long-term relationship. And then my old PR days, I, know how to pitch. So I really push the team to do a lot of outbound pitches as well. So, we typically, when we sign a talent, we go through their dream wish list of brands that they organically use, have them take photos of everything around their house, whether it's under their sink or in their bathroom, what makeup they're using. And we use that as our target list of brands to reach out to start that relationship. Sometimes it starts with just sending product and they organically talk about it. Sometimes it turns into a paid campaign right away, but it really is a relationship business. So, it's attending their events, it's getting their product and sharing organically. And then it could turn into a larger partnership for that talent. But we like to kind of take what they're using already and turn that into something paid and meaningful for both sides.
Give us a sense for what makes a great event, a great experience, whether small, medium, large, and how you think about events.
Yeah, this is a great question because our event division here does such a wonderful job. I think first is having a beautiful event that has touch points that you leave that event talking about it for months to come, telling your friends, talking about this little feature that happened or this giveaway or the amazing gift bag, or maybe there is a, fun performance that happened, but something that's memorable that people will continue to talk about. Second would be the production. Don't skimp on the production. There's lots of ways you can do it that aren't that expensive, but make such an impact. And then also who else is there? Like who's in the room? So that's another part of the events is curating who you're going to be networking with and who you're meeting with while at the event. So we actually have our own events called Brand Edit. We do those 4 times a year. We typically align it with New York Fashion Week or Miami Swim Week or Nashville CMA Fest. So it's tied to more of a cultural event. And over 2 days, we have lots of brands come in, activate, and we bring in 150 influencers over those 2 days to meet with the brands. But the influencers love it because they get to meet the person behind the brand, experience the product, get to take it home and try it. But also it's kind of turned into this viral hashtag where you've got to be at the Brand Edit event and everyone's searching who's there. And it's just turned into this really exciting event that everyone's really looking forward to because they know they're going to get incredible photos there, great backdrops, great, networking, people to meet. So it's been really fun watching that grow over the last few years as well.
Give us a sense for how AI is changing your business and the influencer landscape.
It's pretty wild. Luckily, we are very relationship based. The talent is signed with TDD and a manager, and they have a really personal relationship. It's daily text and phone calls and meeting in person, and it's really strategizing how to build their business and grow their career. But AI has helped us a lot. It helps, create strategies for them that we might not have thought of, that we can pull inspiration from. You can figure out what is going viral at the moment. I mean, it saves so much time. You can find contacts to pitch. I'm on ChatGPT all the time, just asking all kinds of questions. And it's just helped us in terms of saving time, and not having to put together, a full document that takes half a day. It can be done in a few seconds. On the flip side, we have seen AI become a talent manager. There's an AI talent management agency, which is wild. And, it's a computer. So if talent want to sign with that person, they have to know it's AI. It's not an actual person on the other end. But maybe that's for some people, but I think a lot of our talent just like that personal touch and the white glove service and having a person that they can really rely on and talk through things with. But there's definitely competition out there with AI.
Well, the crazy thing too is people are creating AI influencers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're not real people. Yeah. And they're making lots of money. And it's just it's not a real person.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And so I wonder how, I don't know what all of this means for society. It almost kind of, ups at a level beyond future of influencer. What does this mean if we're all just have our own fake avatars following each other and talking to each other? And what are we doing?
No, kind of turning into the Sims. And yeah, it is wild. And I'm surprised that some of these AI influencers are actually making money doing brand deals.
Yeah, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very, very strange. And I wonder, I'm sure there's a lot of fraud in there, right? Because I bet some people don't even know that it's an AI.
Right.
Which would be just a whole other thing, right? Give me a sense for give me a sense for what a typical day looks like for you and how you go about each day.
Yeah. Typically when I wake up, I go boxing. I love boxing. So
really, that's awesome.
I'll do my workout, clear my head, get back home, and I dive into emails first, kind of get through the inbox, all of that. And then usually the day before, I'll kind of look at my day. The next day, put in any meeting notes and kind of get prepped. And then I'll jump in. I'm usually on Zooms, I would say 6 to 7 hours of the day, whether that's one-on-ones with team members, team meetings, talent meetings, brand meeting, it runs the gamut. Every day is a little bit different. So it's a lot of Zooms.
Do you like that? Do you like being on Zoom so much?
I am such a people person. I love get me at an event, get me in person. That's where I thrive. So it's a lot of being on Zooms, and I'm kind of over
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, it's so different than being in person and just having a conversation and building a relationship. But our team's remote, so people are all over the place. It's near impossible to get everyone in the same room unless we do it once a year and bring the whole team in. So kind of has to do for now. But yeah, I enjoy being in person when I can. So I travel, I would say 1 to 2 times a month, whether that's to New York, to Nashville, LA, Miami, just to get to see our team in person, our talent, our clients. But really the day-to-day is the vision for the business. How do we continue to be successful, whether that's in our affiliate division, our talent, our brand, our events. So kind of wearing a lot of different hats, reviewing our numbers, making sure we're achieving the goals, and, a lot of guidance and working with the team, through issues that they might be having and helping them figure out how to get into a good place if they're not. So it's a lot of that, and a lot of, the daily fires always happening, the daily successes. So kind of in the mix of a lot of it. So every day is different, which I like.
It's interesting you mentioned Nashville. I mean, it's always been Music City, right? And big for country, but it's really become one of our great cultural hubs in the United States too, beyond just country music. It's fascinating.
I love Nashville. It's a great spot. We've got a lot of talent that live in Nashville. So I try to go out there 3 or 4 times a year and see everyone. And it's great. Love it.
Yeah, Nashville's awesome. I totally agree. Give me a sense for how you maintain culture given that everybody's remote.
Yeah, it's a big focus for us. I think culture is everything at a company. We have a few committees that we put in place. We actually have a culture committee. So they're tasked with planning fun events virtually, happy hours. We do happy hours in each city. We have a book club, which people love here. We have a social committee. So it's getting the team together to create social content. And then I think having that one-on-one open door policy where people feel okay to reach out and pop time on my calendar and have that connection. And again, I travel a lot to get to see the team in person. I think in person is huge. But also when I'm not there, the team should get together and have coffee or, meet for lunch and build the internal relationships as well. We do a lot of team meetings. So we do a weekly talent meeting, we have a brand meeting, we have an event meeting, and then the full company, we do our all hands once a month. So that's our time to really let other team members shine. Like we go over the big, heavy hitting stuff, and then we'll let team members kind of talk about a case study that they had happen that month that, was a success story. So we like to highlight other people here at the company so everyone gets to know each other because we're a growing team. We're now 75 employees. We grew a lot last year. So, I want to make sure everyone knows who everyone is at the company and how we can cross-pollinate and work together collaboratively.
How are you feeling about like the economic environment? We're more than halfway through this year. How has it been? Is it any of like kind of the economic turmoil that happened early? Did any of that affect your industry at all?
It did. Yeah, I think it affected every industry. Q1 was rough with the fires in LA. We have a lot of talent in LA, a lot of clients, a lot of team members. So that took us out for a minute. And then it was the tariffs. And then, it's been one thing after another this year. So it has been a struggle. We've had to shift some of our strategies. We made an acquisition earlier this year to launch an affiliate division. So a new service. We've kind of doubled down on our professional beauty division, our division with all the derms and skincare experts. So growing that because that's working really well. And then kind of shifting what's not working. So, it's always kind of bobbing and weaving through tough times that are just going on, internationally. You can't really avoid. It's part of business. And figuring out how we can still be successful in other areas that aren't seeing such a steep decline, and really evaluating who our talent are and who our clients are and how we can make a meaningful impact and still continue to scale.
Yeah, for sure. Finally, we end every interview with the same question, and that is at CEO.com. We believe the chances one gives is just as important as the chances one takes. When you hear that, who gave you a chance to get you to where you are today?
Oh my gosh, I'd have to say my sister. She's 10 years older than me. And when I first moved, I was in Philadelphia in college, and I was dying to move to LA, and my sister was already living there, and she was starting a PR agency. And she said, move here, get settled, and I'm going to hire you as my first employee. And she took me under her wing. She gave me so many opportunities, and I worked with her for almost 9 years and helped her grow that business and learned so much and made so many relationships, which helped me then start my own business and got me to where I am now. So if she didn't take that risk on me, I don't know where I'd be right now. I'd probably still, in Philly somewhere, who knows? Definitely she helped me kind of get into this industry.
That's incredible. Sarah, thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations on everything. What you've done is amazing. And let's have you come back on again. It'd be fun to see kind of like how this whole industry has changed, even just like 6 months.
Let's do it. Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. Thank you.